Hello and welcome to Get Collected. I'm your host, Soul Brother Mike, and it's Thursday, January 19th, 2017, and you're listening to Season 2, Episode 1. Get Collected is co-hosted by Chrissy Cochran.
Hey, hey.
Today in What's the Deal, we'll welcome you to Season 2, and here's something I'm sharing with you, an acoustic version of a song called Move On It. Then in the last part of today's show called Get Political, we'll be talking about potential NDP leadership candidate, MP Peter Julian. So let's get to the show. So what's the deal? Here's the deal. We are officially into Season 2 of Get Collected. Every 26 episodes, we go into a new season of the podcast, and at this time, we update the format of the show to keep things fresh. For this season, we are adding theme music to all of the show's segments, and we are also adding a new segment called Specific Awesomeness. In this segment, we will focus on specific moments in music that we think are awesome. Next Tuesday will be our first episode like this, and we will be focusing on a specifically awesome drum solo. Now, lastly, you are also now able to listen to the podcast on YouTube. We don't have a quick link yet, so you'll have to visit soulbrothermike.com/YouTube, and from there you'll be able to subscribe. So now for the next part of our show called Hear Something. Today I'm sharing with you an acoustic version of a song called Move On It. This song will be on my album, Learn to Vibe, that's coming out later this year. I want to give you, the podcast listeners, a sneak peek at it and some of the songs on the album. So this is Move On It. Enjoy.
Just so you know, this track contains some adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Death's not freedom from pain, it's freedom from bliss. When perfect moments got me dreaming of a life better than this. And we thank our lucky stars, but I can see the whole sky ticking in its brilliance. I think fuck it, get resilient, cause today is just tomorrow in disguise. Can I get you to pick up my flow? Baby, there's something I think you should know, but words can't express it. It's felt in your soul. You got to move on it and groove on it. Move on it and groove on it. And life's not just what you see, it can be what you say. Even if you almost never ever seem to get your way, and we grasp the low fruit, but I can see the whole tree taking in its mystery. I think fuck it, this is destiny, and today is just tomorrow in disguise. Yeah, can I get you to pick up my flow? Baby, there's something I think you should know, but words can't express it. It's felt in your soul. You've got to move on it and groove on it. Move on it and groove on it. See, I'm ready to groove and I'm ready to move. I'm ready to groove, baby, I'm ready. Can I get you to pick up my flow? Baby, there's something I think you should know, but words can't express it. It's felt in your soul. You've got to move on it and groove on it. Move on it and groove on it, cause I'm ready to groove and I'm ready to move. I'm ready to groove, baby, I'm ready. So that was Move On It by yours truly. Reach out to me on Twitter at SoulBrotherMike to let me know what you thought. So now for the last part of today's show called Get Political, we are talking about potential NDP leadership candidate BC MP Peter Julian. As Justin Trudeau's popularity begins to fade and his Harper-esque policies are leaving progressives less than excited, the opposition party leadership race becomes even more important. Now, Elizabeth May's approval of pipelines give the impression that she's a conservative environmentalist and not a strong progressive. For the Conservative Party, we might have Kevin O'Leary or Kelly Leitch. They're both ramping up leadership bids. But there only seems to be one candidate for the NDP leadership, and he hasn't officially decided to run, and that's MP Peter Julian. When I visited Peter's website, I was surprised to see a petition against Kinder Morgan pipeline pop up immediately. I was further surprised by what seems to be plans to stop TPP, protect coasts, and push for clean energy. He looks like a real progressive, so I wanted to build some name recognition for him among my listeners. So here's a quick clip of MP Peter Julian speaking in the House. This clip also comes along with the tweet, "I worked in an oil refinery and have a healthy respect for this dangerous substance. Our coast is not worth the risk. Hashtag Kinder Morgan, hashtag NDP, hashtag BC Poly." So that was at MP Julian on Twitter. Listen to the clip that comes along with this.
British Columbians remember 2015 well. They remember the promises that the Prime Minister and Liberal candidates made. The Kinder Morgan would not be approved using Stephen Harper's methods, and the pipeline would not be forced on BC without community support and the consent of First Nations.
That's right.
Now in 2016, the Prime Minister has betrayed British Columbians by breaking all of these promises. The Liberal Kinder Morgan pipeline makes a mockery of the government's pretension to combat climate change. It even destroys some value-added jobs in BC. I worked in an oil refinery and I've been ankle deep in oil. I have a healthy respect for a substance that has to be treated with extreme caution at all times. But just one error by somebody in an important role could wipe out tourism for years in the Lower Mainland and the coast and wipe out our coastal fisheries for a generation. The Democrats have been clear. We will stand up against this betrayal of British Columbians. We will stand with First Nations, we will stand up for our coast, and we stand against the Kinder Morgan Trans Mountain Pipeline.
Hear, hear.
So follow MP Julian on Twitter at MP Julian, and please encourage him to run for NDP leadership. I think that he could be the right guy for the job.
I've never heard of Peter Julian, but I like what he has to say so far. I hope he decides to run.
All right, that's our show for today. Thanks so much for listening. Tune back in on Tuesday for our very first episode of Specific Awesomeness. We will be focusing on a specifically awesome drum solo. So stay tuned and stay collected.